Friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. So today we have built a team of all NHL captains. I tell you what, there's quite a few teams in this league in today's day and age that do not have a team captain. I really respect it. You know, a lot of teams, if your former veteran kind of walks out the door and you just don't want to throw it at somebody that you don't feel like is deserving, or maybe your team just doesn't feel like you have anybody that is like the cornerstone or a person you're center, because you don't want to throw a team captain that got on a 1-year deal or 2-year deal, or an old guy that's going out the door, you know, a young guy that might not be ready for it or something. And, you know, there's a lot of respect and prestige behind the captaincy, and I love that. So when that team finally does get a team captain, it means that much more. But nonetheless, we have created a team of all captains. And boy, is this a team. Ovi, McDavid, Stamkos, Mark Stone, Sidney Crosby, Brad Marchand, Brady Tkachuk, Alexander Barkov, Dylan Larkin, Anders Lee, Braden Shen, and Gabriel Landeskog topping up the defense or offense. On defense, we have Roman Josi, Spurgeon. We have Quinn. I forgot Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes, a young Quinn Hughes, the captain of that Vancouver Canucks team. You have Trouba over there. Nico Hischier, a good defensive player. He's going to be playing some defense now. Hey, man, Nick Suzuki, both. Because we have a plethora of forwards. And then we had to bring on old Roberto Luongo. Now, there's no NHL goalies right now. They're current captains. But Luongo, one of the most notorious goalies in the league. Some scratch guys: Lowry, Jenner, Couture. I think we're gonna have to look in the AHL, I'd assume. There's a couple more guys. Can we look in the AHL? I don't believe we can from here. But there's a couple of teams that had some low overall guys. I like that. I like some of the older guys kind of in the system. Well, not even older. Kopitar, John Tavares missing a team. Jamie Benn, Backlund a little bit older. Jordan Staal a little older. Kyle Okposo. I was kind of surprised that Okposo was the captain. I wasn't really expecting that out of Buffalo. Boak was not a captain. That's it though. He's the lowest overall captain. Okposo though was getting paid. I mean, they buffed his salary in this game, I believe. But Okposo was, you know, he was. Now that you think about it, I don't know how long's he been captain. Was Jack Eichel ever captain? Is Okposo always the captain? Okposo's been there for a while now, right? I mean, I can't think of who else would have possibly. They could have always given it to Dahlin. I wonder if Dahlin will ever take that over. It's kind of interesting when you see some of these guys. Okposo's a little bit older, but I always think like Nico Hischier is a perfect example. Jack Hughes, you know, the centerpiece of that team, and he's going to be that franchise player for a very long time. But Nico, just what, a year younger, year older, is the captain of that team. Nico, a very, very good player, two-way player all across the board, a solid and a stud. But obviously, Jack Hughes is a better player. It's always interesting. Do you just give the captaincy to your best player? Do you give the, you know, that kind of situation? I like that. I think it's cool. I also think it's cool where it's like, you know, I don't know how much prestige people put into it. I don't know how much people actually consider it and how important that is to people and their teams. But I kind of like it where it's like, oh, it goes around. You obviously want the centerpiece of your team to be the captain, but you also kind of want the glue to be your captain. And you can always have the alternates. I'd assume that's what Jack Hughes is, right? He's got to be an alternate. He's got to have an A on that jersey somewhere. I wonder how many I didn't look at that. There's always so many teams that have so many alternates. I mean, what team has the most alternates in the league? Nonetheless, Boston gonna go 53-25-4. We're gonna get to the first round. 2-0 early are the Boston Bruins. We'll go ahead and see how things are looking. Sid the Kid Crosby, 4 points on 2 games played. Connor McDavid, 108 points on a season. 100 for Ovechkin, 51. Geno's 87 points for Sidney Crosby, 78 for Steven Stamkos, 72 for Brad Marchand. Look at that first line, plus 45, plus 43. Pretty solid performance there. Sid the Kid Crosby had 27. Tkachuk had 23 goals. Dylan Larkin at plus 30 or plus 7 on the 39 points he had this season. Nico did play really well. Him and Suzuki were a nasty deep pair this season. 23 plus 29, 4 goals, 13 assists, 2 goals, 22 assists. I did wonder what would happen if you put those guys. Actually, I don't know what their goal scoring abilities are in this game. They're average. So I wonder how does you put guys with some goal scoring ability on the D pair, but they still weren't playing a lot being on that third unit. Roberto Luongo, 40 wins, 21 losses, a 909 save percentage. Swayman was pretty sick. Bruins finishing the season with 110 points, 82 games played, 53 wins. Not too bad at all. 3.8. Jeez. That was kind of a lot. That was kind of a big deal there. 3.85 goals for per game, 2.7. It was almost nearly an entire goal per game. So the goal differential would be what, like 89? That's ridiculous. Especially for allowing 2.7 per game. So Boston kind of running all over people, which Would you expect when you depleted every other team of their team captain, threw them on one team? Probably going to happen. Probably a good chance. Let's see if this team can run through the playoffs. When you have that sort of experience, that whole team captain, or that kind of, what would you call that? Team morale, team chemistry, team leadership. That was the word I was looking for. Team leadership going throughout playoffs. You would think they would steamroll everybody. Right now, up 2-0 on a Detroit Red Wings in the first round. Let's get the next 2 games out of the way. They're going to win game number 4. They're going to lose game 3 in Detroit. So Detroit might steal 1. I think they're done. Detroit's gone. See you later, Detroit. It's nice playing with you. Detroit lost Dylan Larkin. The fact that Detroit made the playoffs without Dylan Larkin, impressive. We're going to play still. Oh, sorry, John Tavares. You was the problem. John Tavares gone. Toronto's going to make it to the second round for the first time in nearly 273 years. Here we go. I'm impressed. No John Tavares, but they still got Austin Matthews. You got a team like that with Austin Matthews still driving that ship. Series split 1 apiece. Oh, Toronto's got some fight in them. Toronto's going to take a 2-1 series lead, and we're going to tie it right back up in game number 4 to this 4-2 W for the Boston Bruins, a classic series. Bruins versus Leafs. Here we go. Game 5 in Toronto could determine this series. Toronto's going to win it. Go ahead and take a 3-2 series lead. Head back over to Boston. Boston's going to win game 6, actually, or head back to Toronto, I should say. Toronto's going to win game 6. Heading back home, Toronto, Boston. We've seen this before. And we all know how it ends. Boston, Toronto, but we'll sim it up just to pretend we don't. Here we go. Boston, 1-0 lead. Connor McDavid with the goal. Boston running ahead now, or in the second period, 2 goals. Sidney Crosby, Anders Lee with the Genos. Here we go, period 3. Will Toronto make a comeback? It's not looking like it. It is looking like our classic Toronto Maple Leafs versus Boston Bruins series, where the Maple Leafs find a way to lose, whether it be in 4, whether it be in 5, whether it be in 6, whether it be in 7. But Toronto's going to make sure they are not going to beat those Boston Bruins, because it is 5-0. Boston's going to win this one. Boston's going to go to the conference finals. I want to see it. You know what? I'm going to say it. This is the year. This is the year the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Boston Bruins in the playoffs. No context at all. Just feeling like making a bold prediction this year. Toronto's going to do it. Here we go. Devils versus Bruins. We were just talking about Jack Hughes still leading this team, just like Austin Matthews still leading the Leafs, being the better player on the team, being the captain. Here we go, or assistant. Here we go. Game 2, 6-3 win for the Boston Bruins. They're going to go to game number 3, and Boston's going to lose when they head to New Jersey. Here we go. Jersey's going to try to make a matchup out of it. Series split 2 apiece. Heading back home to Boston. Once again, the ever so crucial game number 5. They're going to win that one in overtime. Devils had a chance. Devils had a chance to go back home with a series lead against this team. And they couldn't quite do it, but they put up a fight. Here we go, though. It is going to be the Stanley Cup Finals. Dallas Stars, Boston Bruins. Dallas got themselves a team. I mean, they got an all-around solid team. Series split 1 apiece. They got some good goaltending. I think there's a goaltender out that can stand on his head and make it a series. Give this team a chance to win. It is Ottinger and company over there in Dallas. Here we go, game number 4. It's Boston 3. Okay, maybe not. I was just kidding, Ottinger. We're just talking you up. We're saying a lot of really good things about you. It's not looking good for them. McDavid, Crosby, Larkin with the goals. It is 3. Oh, okay. We're gonna come back. Luongo's getting a little old. Luongo's gotta be pushing 50. In all fairness, we're getting late in the season. At that age, he might be wearing down a little bit there. 3-2. Dallas coming back. Here we go. See if they can get one more goal. Boston looking for the insurance goal. Power play Stars, and they're gonna come up empty-handed. Oh, did they give up a short-handed goal? It had to be close. Stamkos was probably coming out of that box, coming down the ice, screaming down the ice. Ottinger going to give up the goal. Boston going to jump to the 4-2 lead, but Dallas going to bounce back. And then the quick answer by Roman Josi. Boston has had an answer for Dallas every single goal in this game, and Boston is going to go ahead and take that 3-1 series lead, or 3-1 series lead, and head back home with a chance to win the Stanley Cup in 5 games. Can they do it? Here we go. Period 1 out of the way. It is going to go DeBrusk, Marchment, and Ryan Suter. There's a name right there for you. McDavid getting another goal. McDavid having an outstanding postseason right now. And holy smokes, Stamkos might have just tried to drop a hat trick in 1 period. 2 goals there on Wedgwood. Ottinger's out of the game after the Ottinger thumping. Dallas thought it was good. Dallas had 4 goals on him. What is up for? 4-1? 3-1. 3-0. Really, I mean, Boston just dumped on him. 5 goals in a second period. And all of a sudden, Dallas finds themselves reeling in game number 5. Boston, too much to handle here. Team of all captains, too much to handle. There's the insurance goal. It is 7-4. Gabriel Landeskog with a goal. Power play Bruins. This one is likely all but over. 6 minutes left in the game, and we are going to see nothing. They're just going to clamp it down. They're going to clamp it down. Boston's going to win the Stanley Cup in 5 games with a team of all captains. Boston running through the league. We're going to see who walked home with the awards here. Art Ross went to Pasternak. Pasternak off the Bruins. We just traded them all to a different team. Pasternak went to Calgary. Pasternak played really good puck, apparently. The Hart went to Connor McDavid. The Norris went to Cale Makar. That's another one. Colorado didn't lose Makar. Colorado didn't lose Makar or McKinnon because Gabriel Landeskog's been there. That's one that's kind of like grandfathered in. He's been there so long, but he's a great leader. He's a great leader. He's been on that team for so long. The ups, the downs. I mean, you have to really be happy for a guy like Landeskog as long as he's been there. Get a Stanley Cup. Lady Byng goes to Pasternak. Bedard gets the Calder. McDavid got the Conn Smythe. As expected, he was outstanding in the postseason. How about Elvis Merzlikins? Really, Elvis? I like it. Look at that. Look at that. One more look. Merzlikins with the Vezina. Luongo getting the Jennings. Ristolainen's still in the league, getting the Bill Masterton. The Selke went to Hughes. McDavid got the Lindsay. And Maurice Richard went to Nikita Kucherov. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. As always, if y'all enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you liking, subscribing. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.